there's a lot of things to see here. All the multiple layers are going to add up right here from everything that we've just talked about. We have to remember what Isaiah is describing of how this fiery flying serpent, how he's going to appear in our world, the process. He says it very simply, for out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice. So we need to figure out what the serpent's root is. We've got the understanding for what the serpent's root is with the chakra. It's right here. The first base chakra in which we see the Kundalini energy is coiled at the base of, like a serpent. It's called the root chakra. And just as you saw Isaiah describing further in chapter 26, I think it was, or chapter 27, he's describing Kundalini. So now we see when he says out of the root of this serpent, we can understand that he's still talking about this Kundalini, that he's letting us know that he's very intimate with what they're doing and how they're doing it. So just within the Kundalini perspective alone, we can see what Isaiah is talking about here. The true serpent root, we're going to find it starts in the Garden of Eden. It starts with the offer of the story of the serpent as he offers the apple to mankind. You have to see this apple that he's offering mankind not as exactly a piece of fruit. It's symbolism for knowledge. It's also symbolism for the knowledge of the chakra system. The first base chakra itself being the apple, or the knowledge to rise this Kundalini serpent, which is leading to the illumination, which is exactly what Genesis says, that their eyes would be open once they accepted the fruit of this tree of knowledge of good and evil. The serpent is trying to tempt them to use good and evil to achieve perfection. Epic fail. You cannot use evil to achieve perfection. The serpent offering the symbolism for the apple also represents an embryonic stage. The serpent is planting an idea. And at the same time, we're seeing the beginnings of this idea that eventuate into the sons of God being led astray to actually procreate with the daughters of men and create children. In other words, embryos. So the serpent's root in which this cockatrice comes from is exactly from this beginning portion of Genesis, and it starts at the exact time that we have the serpent offering the apple, and then mankind himself accepts it, accepts this knowledge. The serpent has a more ingenious agenda. He's more conniving, he's more deceptive than mankind has realized by accepting this gift. The serpent's plan is to give them the knowledge that he himself needs for them to practice to eventually achieve his form in this material plane. In other words, he's tricking mankind to do the work to actually bring him by their will into the material form from this knowledge that he's tempting them with. So in other words, he's not giving mankind the knowledge for he himself to become God like he wants you to believe. That's an impossibility. But he is giving man the knowledge in which he can trick man to perceive the serpent as the God, and at the same time bring this serpent by this knowledge into a material form. And it all takes place with the symbolism of the apple being the serpent root for the knowledge, and also being the serpent root for the base of the Kundalini, in which this serpent starts his rise throughout our ages. I'll be back.